YouTube. It's my cat down there sounding like he's about to die. What are you doing down there, man? What's up, whoever you are? It's crack-a-lackin'. Speak up, whoever you are. Promise there will be more people in here soon. Lit as fuck, Brian. Brandon. Ian, what's up? I combined both of y'all's names. That dad life, though, huh? A little man laying in bed. Daddy here with his water. Life. This is exactly how I pictured it when I was 18. I know, man. I know. Wouldn't trade it for nothing. Wouldn't trade it for a thing. How is your little one, Brandon? Mine, today was his last day of daycare. Not because he grew out of it or it's time for school, but because the daycare was bitches more than I do. Oh, but the daycare ended up being really crappy, so we're gonna, make our schedules work. Alicia just went back to work not long ago. We put him in daycare, and now we're gonna have to finagle our schedules around. He's probably gonna spend some time with me at the office in the afternoons, but the daycare he was at was really horrible. So, not mad about it at all now that he's out of there. Ian, like I said, YouTube's weird. I know the St. Patrick's Day one got deleted. Like I said, I can't even find it in my creator studio or anything. I don't know why, but Lucky enough to have family help and solid schedules daycare around. Yeah, I know, man. Like the daycare we went to, it was affordable. It was conveniently located. Of course, their little spiel when you go and look at the place for the first time, they make it sound amazing, and it wasn't. He's not been there 2 months, I think, and we already figured out that it was not a good place for him. They fed him food he was allergic to. Fortunately, his allergies aren't that where he goes into anaphylactic shock or anything, but it really upsets his digestive system. And literally, like the second week he was there, they fed him food he was allergic to, and he's regressed with his vocabulary and mentality, and it's just a bad situation there. So me and his mother decided, we can make our schedules work, and get it sorted out. She works at a restaurant, so she can pretty well exclusively work nights and weekends, and I have a Monday through Friday 8 to 5. So, and my office, it's a small business. It's a family run company. So when she has to go in before I get off work, he's more than welcome to come to my job and be around big trucks and men and cussing and all that good stuff that goes along with a trucking company. What's up, my Hawaiian brother? Bench pressing houses and shit. Daddy Dennis Daycare it is. One of the perks of living in Tennessee. Oh, man. Yeah, unfortunately, we don't have really the family help around here. We're both from Florida, so that kind of sucks. We've only, within the last probably 2 months even felt comfortable leaving Dante with anybody else other than ourselves anyway. And so we are pretty particular about our kid, as I imagine most parents are, and if they're not, they should be. One trick pony. I think I remember seeing you squatting some decent weight there, but if you're going to be good at something, at least be good at something, right? I try. I'm doing okay at this CrossFit thing for now. I'd like to, hopefully in the near future, our schedules get more consistent and I can get back to scheduling more consistent training. Because I think this CrossFit stuff is kind of running its course with me. It's still fun, but I really miss like the structure of being routine. So I'd like to get back to that, and of course, life far outweighs the gym. So we're getting that in order. I just closed on a rental property today. My first rental property I've ever bought. So I think the hecticness and all that stuff with life is still going to continue for a little bit. Certainly not making it easy on myself in that sense. But first step towards, having passive income for retirement and not having to work my whole life. So I'm pretty excited about that. And the place will be paid off before I'm 50 years old. So making them future moves. No, I'm not trying to cut weight at all. I've been desperately hanging on to weight. Like I've mentioned in all of these lately, life has been fucking hectic. Things are not what they have been, what I've been accustomed to for the last 3 years. Changes were sudden. So it's been interesting to say the least. But no, I'm definitely not trying to cut weight. I know my training and CrossFit and blah blah, and I do a fair amount of cardio, but I still make sure to eat or force myself to eat or get milkshakes from McDonald's if I'm not feeling very hungry, just to, the first time in my life I've had trouble maintaining weight. Normally it's the opposite, and I have a hard time not gaining. So yeah, usually if I don't pay attention, I just start gaining weight, and I have to track religiously to not gain weight. And now I'm, like I said, in a position I'm not accustomed to, and trying to force feed myself from time to time just to keep weight. So life's wild, crazy. Yeah, I hope it's the start of something. You know, I've done good hustling used cars, guns, which is legal in the state of Tennessee. You can buy and sell guns to private citizens in the state of Tennessee. Some electronics. I've done well making little minor moves here and there. This is my first big purchase, which kind of a no-brainer. The guy was in a tight spot, needing some cash. Priced it to me for under tax assessment. Hit up the bank, get a loan. Renters are going to pay off my loan for me, plus some extra money coming in. So, I mean, it's, you know, I had to pay closing costs, but other than that, nothing out of pocket. Which, for all you naysayers, I paid my closing cost with cryptocurrency. Not directly with cryptocurrency, but with money I made from cryptocurrency. So, thank you, hashtag crypto, hashtag Bitcoin, hashtag Litecoin, covering my closing costs. Can front squat maintain your back squat? Probably. I mean, you'll maintain the strength. You'll have to relearn the motor pattern. So it's not like, you know, you can one rep max 600 a day and then you just do front squats and then 16 weeks later you one rep max 600 on your first back squat session back. I'm certainly you can maintain, if not gain some strength on your back squat from the front squat, being they're so similar. But you'll have to, you know, if you cut back squats out altogether, you'll definitely have to relearn that motor pattern again, which may make it seem like your strength isn't there, but it's just the neurological aspect of it. Excuse me. But yeah, so that's where I'm at right now. Today's been exciting. Work was slow, fortunately, because I had to take an extended lunch break to go sign all the paperwork, closing on my duplex. So I'm a slumlord now. What an old, it's a 1950 or 1955 is when it was built, brick, good solid structure. The pro and con, depending upon how you look at it, is there's no central heat and air, which, you know, the con is it's 2018 and there's no central heat and air. The pro is, as a landlord, there's no central heat and air, so there's no heat pump to go out, which is, you know, normally your major maintenance cost. And they're small enough and well insulated that the window AC units and little radiator heaters work very well. Hold on just a second, guys. You're welcome. Little man has to go potty. He likes to hold it until bedtime so he can get up out of bed and go potty. Thinks I don't know these things, but I'm not going to make him pee in his diaper for no reason. Well, guys, you got questions. I've got potential answers. You guys are quiet. Not much going on my way. Just a super, super happening Friday night in East Tennessee. Actually, you know what? Story time. So, yes, I eat rice. I eat lots of rice. I like rice. I actually just ran out of my 20-pound bag of jasmine rice yesterday. Gotta go get some more this weekend. Anywho, so hold on. Story time when I get back. It's okay. I love you. Okay. All right, hold on. Let me get this question, and I'll go to story time in a second. What is your definition of strength? I mean, do you view powerlifting as the be-all, end-all of athleticism? Like many dedicated runners can't bench 500 pounds, but the reverse is also true. Well, I don't consider powerlifters athletes, so be-all, end-all of athleticism. I think powerlifting is nowhere near the be-all, end-all of athleticism. In fact, I don't find it a showcase of athleticism at all. In the sense of athleticism, is it the be-all, end-all for strength? It's pretty up there on that end. For athleticism, fuck no. Is a powerlifter stronger than a runner? Stronger, yes. The stronger athlete, well, if they're both athletes, then certainly they are. The powerlifter is the stronger athlete. The better athlete takes more than either singularly running or singularly lifting to determine that. Ian, when I cut weight, potatoes are basically 100% of my carbohydrates. Back when I was cutting in 2017, I was eating pounds of potatoes during the cut, potatoes and zucchini. I would eat I do intermittent fasting when I cut, and I save the bulk of my calories before I go to bed. Like, I'd literally be eating meals that weighed 6 pounds that were mostly potatoes and zucchini. Ankle, hip mobility. Ankle mobility, no, and I probably should work it a little bit because they're not very flexible. Hip mobility. We back. Lost connection there. Ankle mobility, no, and I probably need to. Hip mobility, just some very light dynamic stretches, but not much. But anyway, story time, right? So 3 weeks ago, my wife and I go out dancing at a local bar club. I'm not really into the bar club scene. I haven't been out in some years. Anyway, decided to go out. I got all spiffied up. Had a mint green button down with a tie. She had on a really nice dress. You know, we were definitely the best looking people in there. Way overdressed, but it was a fun time. Anyway, so, you know, she's got friends that she's gone out there, and, you know, there was probably a month prior to us going out. She thought some dude slipped something in her drink and stole her car keys, which, you know, we had to get a new set of keys cut from a locksmith. Shitty situation. But anyway, so we're there, and we weren't there very long, and she says, Dennis, you know, don't do nothing, but that's the guy over there I think did it. And, you know, we were out to have a good time, so I was like, whatever. Not even worried about it. Not going to stress it. Not going to fuck with him. You know, we were dancing, drinking, having a good time. Anyway, she goes out, or we go outside. She's sitting by the door, and he comes out, and she's smoking a cigarette, and he taps her on the shoulder, and I think he was going to ask to borrow a lighter or something. However, I knew who the guy was. He was close to her, taps her shoulder. I see red. There's a pillar out there, and I just fucking bum rush him like a fucking lineman, get up under his chest and just fucking shove him up against the pillar. And, you know, don't fucking talk to her. Don't fucking touch her. You ain't got no reason to fucking touch her. I'm looking around. I start pointing at people. I said, he can talk to her. He can talk to her. He can talk to her. But you don't fucking talk to her. And he's, oh, man, I don't even know who you are, dude. What the fuck you doing? I don't even know you like that, man. Leave me the fuck alone, dude. And then, you know, people came and pulled me away. And I really wanted them to hit me back because I'd been stressing. And I kind of wanted to fight somebody. And that's kind of not really my nature. But, yeah, I really tried to get in a bar fight the first time I went out to the bar in, like, been years, but he deserved it. I wouldn't just go pick on somebody. I've been in a mood as of late. Like I said, I'm trying to get positive, trying to get right, but you know, you fuck with my family and there's consequences and repercussions. Come to find out, there were some dudes out there that were his friends, and you know, my wife was like, I thought you were about to get jumped, but you know, I didn't give a fuck. I don't know who was who, don't know what was what. I just know that, you know, he messed with the safety of my family at some point, and when he got that close to her again, I just saw red, and that was that. So, yeah, that was my main thing, was like making sure he knows better from now on. So, probably be a little bit before I go out again. But I really did have a good time though. Like, we had a bunch of fun dancing and drinking and shit. Something that I don't know why, you know, I like to go to sleep at night. I've been very anal about giggity anal, you know, going to sleep at a certain time and getting a certain amount of sleep every night. And I've been trying to loosen up on that a little bit. Trying to go out and have a good time from time to time, but you know, I've been super strict with my schedule, like I said, for the last 3 years or so, and now making big changes. Anyway, yeah, y'all can resume the questions now if you like. I just figured that was a funny story that y'all would like to hear. Fun times. And my wife and I almost got in a fight. Not me and her got in a fight, but like in the Walmart parking lot, like a week after that, we were at Walmart. What were we getting at Walmart that day? Oh, we were getting food to grill out. It was last Sunday. We had a nice day of weather. And we were getting some food to grill. We were coming back out of Walmart, and coming down the aisle, and I'm pushing Dante in the cart, and she's a little bit behind me, and me and Dante took off running because just having fun and going fast, and she's walking behind me, and some car almost clips her and cuts, you know, through the parking spots to change aisles, and you know, Alicia don't take no shit neither, and she's a badass for a chick. She's a badass, period. So, you know, she throws her hands up, the car stops, and they're jawing at each other, and here I come running, you know, with my hands up, and then the car leaves, and Alicia's mad at me. She's like, fuck, I wanted to fight that bitch, and I'm like, well, fuck, I thought it was a dude in there, and I wanted to fight the dude. So, yeah, we've been a little on edge as of late. Like I said, big changes, in life, so... Pretty funny. Pretty funny. I'm not one to go around starting shit or anything, but, you know, it is what it is. Fun times. I've got bail money. How many fights have I been in? I've not been in a fight since I was a senior in high school. And I generally am the voice of reason, and I use my presence and size to diffuse the situation normally. But like I said, here lately, life has been hectic. And somebody comes at me wrong with how things have been lately, there's not going to be diffusing. There's going to be the motherfucking fighting. Assuming I don't get right like I'm trying to get right. But yeah, no, I'm not somebody, like I said, I don't go around picking fights and shit like that. It's okay. Kratos can lay in your bed. Just go lay down, son. You're fine. My son's complaining because the cat's getting in bed with him. But now, Ian, if you want to hear, since I've been telling these stories, I do hammer curls. I do lots of fucking hammer curls. I don't do a lot of regular curls. Uh, when I was a senior in high school, I did pick a fight. And it was solely because I went all through high school without getting in a fight. As a senior, I was like, man, I can't go through all of high school without having at least one fight. So I was looking for one. We were playing volleyball at PE, and I spiked the ball on this kid, Victor Tapia. Fucking spiked it right in his face, gave him a little muscle shot there, and he called me fat, and that's all I needed. So I went and fucking grabbed him, and I had him in like a front headlock, and I was just holding him in a headlock, squeezing. Well, anyway, he fucking leg sweeps me, fucking like a beautiful leg sweep, puts me on my back. And I had the size on him, and I'm on my back, and everybody was like, "Oh," when he leg swept me like that, and I was like, "Fuck." So I still had him in the headlock after he leg swept me. I fucking turn over and get on top, and I just like 8 rights in a row, just straight down on his eyeball, before the PE teachers got me off of him. So anyway, get taken down to the principal's office or whatever. My sister was in there because she just got in trouble, which was funny. I think she told off a teacher or something. I don't remember. My younger sister, she was a couple grades below me. But anyway, she was like, "What are you in here for?" And I was like, "I just got in a fight." And she was like, "Was it some little looking guy that, his eyes all fucked up?" And I was like, "I don't know if his eyes all fucked up, but it was some little dude." And anyway, dude comes out, has fucking like big ice pack on his eye, or it was on his left eye. I was raining rights, and big ice pack, fucking bruised. His whole right side of his face was fucking annihilated. And he comes out there talking about, "Man, you're lucky you got pulled off me, you fat ass. I was about to get you." And my sister's like, "Dude, I could probably beat you up. Shut the fuck up." Fun times. That's all my fighting stories. That's it. Nothing else. Like I said, I'm not a violent person, but I don't take shit. And I did start that fight when I was a high school senior, and I felt bad for it. Me and dude ended up being friends, which is what happened back in the day. Nowadays, you get in a fight with somebody and, you get jumped like a week later or somebody fucking shoots you. But me and dude ended up being cool. We had a lot of similarities. He liked sports, I like sports, etc., etc. But yeah, that was my senior moment. I needed that. Got suspended and all that good jazz. Fun times. Fun times. Bulking tips for a skinny college student. Well, if you have access to Mayfield brand eggnog, it is 6,000 calories just about in a gallon. I think it's like 5,700 something. But I know that can be seasonal at times. Dude, peanut butter, rice, ramen noodles, chocolate milk. Those are going to be your best bang for your buck calories. And I'm going to assume you're probably pretty broke since you're in college. Carbs are cheap. And carbs are easy to eat. Tons of. As far as protein, protein's going to be expensive, generally speaking. Chicken, probably your cheapest bet. I don't know if you have access to a freezer or anything. Protein part's going to be tough, but you can easily get plenty of carbs in there to help with that bulk life. Oh, bad. I swear it's stronger the closer it gets to the bottom. I'm broke. These gains and PRs are getting expensive. What can I do? Get a better job? Um, it does. I mean, the farther advanced you get, the more the details matter. When you first start, hard work will take you as far as you want to go. The more advanced you get, the more it matters how much sleep you get, how much rest you get, how much, total volume you're doing, your nutrition, all that stuff. So it's funny how that works. The more dedicated in you get, it does get more expensive and more time consuming to keep progressing anyway. So, I try to, I've got a deep freezer, and when I catch meat on sale, uh, I like I like 90/10 lean ground sirloins, one of my favorite meats, and sometimes I can catch it for $2 a pound at Kroger. I will literally buy every bit of it that's on the shelf. And it's normally $5 a pound, so you're getting $3 a pound off. So, if you get 50 pounds, what are you saving? $150 in the long run. So I don't know your living situation, but if you can get a deep freezer, you can buy, large quantities of whatever frozen something or another is on sale when it's on sale. And, you save a lot of money that way. You have to, you have to have the money on hand to make the big purchase up front. But over time, like I said, 50 pounds, you're saving $150 at $3 a pound off. So yeah, deep freezers. If you guys can get a deep freezer, please. That's been one of the better purchases I've ever made. But it's the same with like dry goods and stuff too. Like I used to eat a lot of macaroni and cheese. And sometimes the Kroger brand macaroni and cheese would go on sale for like 49 cents a box. And if there was 100 boxes on the shelf, I would buy 100 fucking boxes, and it would be at home, and saving 50 cents a box, you save $50. Again, you have to have the cash up front, but when you can buy it in bulk up front, you end up saving. 2:30 a.m. mac and cheese crew checking in for sure, dude. Them late night munchies, maybe you make it in the microwave instead of on the stovetop. Yeah, I don't know if alcohol's the best thing for bulking or cutting or life, but it's pretty good. Came very close to shitting my pants lifting today. I've came close a couple times myself. Fortunately, it's never happened, but I won't rule anything out, especially the older I get. Don't eat Taco Bell before squats. I drink a lot of coffee too. We have a coffee maker at work that's got like the direct water line going to it, so it takes like 2 minutes to make a whole pot. And I've got an unlimited amount of coffee to make at work, so I drink way too much. A lot of it's just out of boredom. Yeah, pretty much any fast food before working out, especially if you're going to squat or pool. You're playing Russian roulette there. I train a lot of noobs, so would you agree that they should get decently strong at the big three to get bigger and more muscular? I mean, if they get stronger at the big three, they should be getting bigger and more muscular. I don't necessarily think it's a requirement, but I wouldn't not squat or bench press or deadlift, especially being a noob, in order to get big and muscular. Loaded a 300-pound sound. Holy fuck, dude. I would have probably pooped too. I've never loaded sandbags, so I can only imagine 300 pounds and shifting around and shit. I do, Luke. I'm actually about to take my nighttime supplements here in just a minute, so you'll see everything, everything there. Corey, Rampage Jackson, Fedor Emelianenko, John Jones, and then near and dear to my heart, Roy Big Country Nelson. How many reps do you think it shifts from strength to cardio? I'm sure there's some arbitrary number there. I don't know. I think the saying is anything over 5, right? For a powerlifter or strongman, if it's over 5, it's cardio. No judgment here, Anthony Tran. Not the OG Anthony Tran, but the fake one. Do you, bruh? Corey, I actually won $500 on the Mayweather Conor McGregor fight because I had a friend who was crazy enough to bet heads up $500 on Conor McGregor in that boxing match. I tried to bet 1,000, but he didn't want to do 1,000. He ended up doing $500. So yeah, I like Conor. He won me $500 by losing. But this is why I like old Big Country Nelson. Yeah, I think grappling would be fun. Said I've just been very, very hyper focused on powerlifting, and you know, it would detract from the powerlifting. You know, it's one of those things you really want to be really good at one thing or kind of okay at two. Yeah, like, dude that bet me, like, he's the person who very first started talking about Conor McGregor years ago. Anyway, lost connection there, but dude's like a Conor McGregor super fan. We used to go to his house and watch fights and shit, and he knew about Conor McGregor and was like, dude, this dude's going to be the next big thing, etc., etc. Fucking super fan of Conor McGregor. And anyway, he started talking shit, you know, about Mayweather and the boxing match coming up, and I was like, dude, put your money where your mouth is. And he was like, all right, name the price. And I was like, let's put a G on it. And he backed up a little bit, and he was like, no, I'll do $500. I was like, okay, we do $500 then. But he's a fanboy of McGregor, and hey, props to him, he stepped up. Have you ever received mail correspondence from Carlos Colina asking for prison workout routines? That I have not. Free Carlos Colina. Actually, don't free him. He doesn't need to be free. You mentioned one time you have 5 brothers or something like that. Are any of them strong like you? Let's see. I have to think about this through marriages and whatnot. Ryan, Timmy, Alan, Marcus, William, Jeffrey, Dylan. 7 brothers. 1, 2, 3 of them are half brothers, and then the other 4 are step brothers, and then Glenda, Riley, 2 sisters. One's a stepsister and one's a half sister. My little brother Dylan is a sophomore in high school. He just made all conference as a defensive end, varsity. He's like 6'3", 6'4", 260. He had 12 sacks this season, again as a sophomore. He squats a little over 400. He says, I've not seen a squat. He squats with the football team, so I don't know, but He's a fucking beast on the football field, and then he plays goalie playing soccer. He'll be the one out of all of us that does something. As long as he doesn't get injured, I'm pretty sure he'll get a scholarship at the next level. Are any of them strong like me? No. We were all pretty athletic for the most part. We all played sports growing up. We all excelled in sports. I'm the only one who's dedicated this amount of time to lifting. I'm sure if the other ones did, they would probably be able to get to a certain level as well. But none of them have took to it like I did. Yeah, you can't spread yourself too thin. Like, you can be good, really, really good at something, or you can kind of be okay at some other things. You don't necessarily have to lift to play football, dude. Like, I remember some dudes back in the day playing football that were just fucking monsters, and they didn't really touch weights, or they were shitty at lifting weights. You have to be powerful, especially depending upon what position you play. But there's a lot of skill involved in football too, and technique, that just raw strength isn't necessarily going to translate. Yeah, you do. It does take a level of obsession, and it takes, sometimes ostracizing other parts of your life, which is something I'm trying to find balance in right now myself, because I probably did go a little too hard with my powerlifting. And I've got a family and stuff, so I'm trying to find my balance, dial it back a little bit, and figure everything out where I need to be. Yeah, give me just a second, Ian, and I will get every supplement that I take out and show you guys. Dude, that wouldn't surprise me about Babe Ruth. He was one of the very best of all time. That would not surprise me one bit. I want to get bigger and lift, but it seems like it will take so much time, and I don't know how to. Dude, it does. It takes time and dedication, man. And it's not for everybody. And it's something that, you're either, you have the personal drive to do it or you don't. And if you need outside motivation, then it's probably something you shouldn't do anyway. No, I don't get on Reddit. YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram are pretty much the only social media stuff I use. Okay, we are going to go over every supplement I take. Oh, Will, right now, my time spent lifting, training, 6 to 8 hours a week. Before, like I said, my life got super hectic. When I was on a routine schedule, it was probably closer to 12 hours a week, 12 to 15, I would say, spent training, which was too much. And not only that 12 to 15 spent training, but I would go to bed early, to help with rest and recovery. Very strict on what I was eating, when I was eating it, etc. And way too obsessed with it to be balanced with my family, and what all that entails. So yeah, David, very good point. Yeah, that is their life. Lifting is their life. And it's something, you find the balance, or that is your balance. And I'm trying to find my balance with family and everything right now. Well, to get big and strong, like, generally speaking, in regards to like the average gym rat, you could spend 4 to 5 days a week, an hour at a time, and if your nutrition was on point, you can get big and strong. to get to an elite level, you know, it's going to require a little bit more, especially if you're not going to use steroids or anything like that. Like, I've really, to get to my size, and my strength level, it's taken some years. Like I said, it's taken a lot of dedication, spending time in the gym, but even more so than that time spent in the gym, it's what's outside of the gym and cutting off other people. Like I said, ostracizing other parts of your life, making sure you're in bed by 9 o'clock every night and get good sleep till, you know, 6 or 7 the next day. Eating high quality proteins and carbohydrates and fats, eating them in and around, you know, your workout time, not letting outside stressors affect you, being very stoic, cutting off your emotions. Yeah, Will, it is discouraging. I mean, it's one of those things. Like I said, there's balance, or it can be your balance. It's how far do you want to take it? And if you want to get really big and really strong, it's going to take some dedication, and it's going to take, you know, cutting off other things, other enjoyable things in your life to do so. And it's, do you want to go that route or do you not? And I thought I did, and now it turns out I don't. But I'm, again, trying to find that balance now. So anyway, I know it's, I'm just going to be real with you. It sucks to hear that, but, you know, that is what it is. 95% go to the gym just to get bigger arms. The ones that are really obsessed with lifting the most weight possible, they aren't mentally right. If you don't care, you never will. Exactly. Well said, David. Well said. But my supplements, okay, all of them, everything I take, I just take a plain Jane creatine, unflavored, 5 grams a day. I take 5,000 IU of vitamin D3 a day. In the wintertime, I take 7,000 just because I don't get out in the sun as much. Take 1,000 grams of magnesium, or 1,000 milligrams of magnesium before I go to bed. I take 2,120 milligrams of valerian root before I go to bed. This shit really helps you stay in a good, calm, tranquil state, sleeping. And then 100 milligrams of zinc before I go to bed. 600 milligrams of fish oil before I go to bed. And then I take half the horse dose of Actiflex every morning with my creatine. In for you all's responses for the horse supplements. Have you ever done any really brutal weight cuts? Every weight cut is fucking brutal. But I mean, I've lost 40 pounds over 4 months, but being the size I am, it's really not that big a deal. I wear 2X and 3X just depending on the brand. This is a 2X I'm wearing now. Do you advise to try clean bulking for a novice? Brown rice, peanuts, bananas, whey instead of chocolate milk, eggnog. The clean bulk is going to be determined by, you know, the amount of total calories you're eating. You know, obviously you can get away with more calories of clean food, but, you know, if you're eating 2,500 calories a day more than you're burning, whether it's clean or shit, you know, you're going to gain more weight than if you're eating 500 calories a day more than you're burning, whether it's clean or shit. Yes, you should be focused on clean whole foods as the bulk of your calories, whether you're cutting or bulking. But I really don't like the term clean bulking so much. Just, you know, eat the fucking grow. You know, if you have to throw some trash food in there from time to time, throw some trash food in there from time to time. Any tips on overcoming the mental barrier of losing strength on a long cut? Workouts feel like ass sometimes, and formerly easy numbers feel much harder now, somewhat discouraging. Yes, that sucks. That's what we all hate the most about cutting, is losing strength, and unfortunately it's going to happen. What I would suggest while you're on a cut is, in conjunction with your staple lifts, which obviously you're going to reduce volume and intensity while you're cutting, throw in some variations that you've not done before, and or focus on pushing your cardio. Cardio is going to be easier to do when you're lighter just because you're moving less body weight. So I like to go after cardio PRs while I'm on a long cut. And then variations. Do variations of lifts you've never done before, and you'll get technically proficient at them, and you'll be able to put weight on them with the technical proficiency, even as you're losing, fat and some muscle mass. And that's really, really good for the mentality of not feeling like a little pussy. Why do SSB squats feel so shit? Because you're doing them right. That's why they feel like shit. SSB squats fucking suck. I hate them. I hate them. But if you do them right, you're gonna hate them because they fucking suck. I almost feel more comfortable. I don't know comfortable, but I feel more confident in front squatting with a barbell than I do doing a SSB, the way it's intended for. Fucking SSB sucks ass. Makes me hurt. Whew. Oh yeah, dude, I back squat way more with the barbell than I do with the fucking SSB. The SSB is fucking horrible. I've never had more than 4 plates on the SSB just because how awful it fucking feels. I feel like you have to take a class for the lingo and names for some of these things. Well, it's something, with time you get to learning them. The SSB is the safety squat bar. It's the bar that goes around your neck and has the handles on the front, and it has a camber on the end with the weights. Chris Duffin Powerlifting Gym is $100 a month. How much is mine? I pay $60 a month for me and my wife. I think Chris Duffin gets $100 a month because his name is Chris Duffin. And my gym has specialty bars, Texas power bars, Texas squat bars, bulldog bars, SSB, camber bars, Texas deadlift bars, 100-pound plates, stones, a platform, yoke, a Husafel stone, a prowler, cable machines, competition benches, 2 competition benches, rogue racks, monolift, a log, chains, bands. I mean, we pretty much got everything. It's a fantastic gym. I love where I go. And it's like 5 minutes from my house, so it's fantastic. I know it, dude. I love the gym I go to. The gym I was going to before I went to this one was called Shake and Bake Fitness and Tanning, and they only had 1245 plates total. I was training there, funny enough, and I caught wind of a local bench press contest that was being held at the current gym I'm at, and everybody was like, "Oh, you should go there. You should go there." And so I went. I won the bench press contest. And the gym owner was like, "Hey, you should probably come train here." And I was like, I still got a month, paid for at the old gym. And he was like, "Well, your first month here is free." And I was like, "Sign me up." Sold. Yes, my old gym was also a tanning salon. Yeah, David, you got to do what you got to do, man. I was fortunate this place opened up. And I absolutely love training there. But it is about that time. Like I said, little man, he can hear me in here talking, and he's not going to go to sleep till I shut my big fat mouth. So I'm going to get out of here and What's tomorrow? Saturday. Strong chance I'll be streaming on here tomorrow night too. So thank you guys as always for being in here, asking the questions, etc. Did you ever get fanboys or people looking at you? Yeah, dude, it was crazy at the other gym. Like, you know, anybody who benched 2 plates or more, everybody's like, oh. Sing a goodbye song. Who can love you like me? Nobody. Who can touch you like me? Nobody. Nobody, baby. And the band keeps singing on. On and on. Nobody, baby.